Marcus Coward, and this is Wake Up New Bedford, and I am here with Elvis Delgado. Elvis, thanks again for being here.
Of course.
So you went to Vogue. What shop were you in?
I was in machine technology.
Machine technology?
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted?
No, so actually
Okay.
I picked electrical first.
Okay.
Electrical was my first pick.
Sure.
I picked machine second. I think I picked welding third. But like I said in the previous interview, I don't like school.
Sure. Okay.
So when I went to Vogue, my mentality was like, oh, I'm just gonna get a shop, do good on those and call it a day. So I didn't realize, I guess I didn't pay attention because the grades, allowed you to get your, your first pick.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So, and my grades were crap, so I ended up getting my second choice, which I wasn't mad about. I mean, obviously I didn't do anything with it, but I was actually believe it or not, I was actually one of the top guys there.
Sure. Okay.
To the point where like my teacher, my senior teacher had me teaching adults for a night school.
Oh, wow.
So I did that part-time.
Okay.
He's like, oh, you're really good at it. And I used to like help all the students out. Like I don't mind helping people. So I used to help all the guys out. And he's like, oh, you should come, help me do the night school. So I was like assistant, and it was actually paying me for it. Because at the time I was doing that, and I was working at Price Right. So I was like, I'm not gonna, take too much time, doing this. But it was something I can say, I did to help.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was machine technology. Was my first pick.
And so even before high school, what did you see yourself doing when you grew up?
I was trying to be a lawyer.
Really?
In middle school, I wanted to be a lawyer. It was a lawyer and a doctor. I think it was just because, those are like the top people paying.
Yeah.
So everybody used to be like, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. So I think that's the only reason why. I never like really thought about it.
Yeah,
Like I said, I'm a person that kind of like goes with it. So when I thought about being a lawyer, I was like, too much school.
It is a lot. Yeah.
Doctors, too much school. I was
I
like,
feel you.
I'm going to just put those on the back burner. Maybe I'll go back. Who knows? Never did.
And so you said that you are a crew chief for an insulation company, right?
Yep.
Okay. And so what you learned in Vogue had nothing to do with what you're doing now?
Nope.
Yeah.
Not one thing.
And so you just had to learn that on the job?
Yep. It was, so before I did that, so while I came out of the military, I started doing, it's called acceptance now. It's like a financing. So I worked at Bob's Furniture. So,
Sure.
people didn't have good credit, they couldn't, finance through the store. They would come to us, we would buy it from the store, lease it to them.
Oh, sure.
And then they would pay with a, upcharge, pretty much. So I did that for a year and some change. I actually did, while I was doing that, I did security for the Port of New Bedford. So I did that, but then I found this job, and it was like, oh, you start off. At the time, I think I was making like $20
Sure.
doing acceptance now, and I was like, oh, this is great. I'm making good money. So when I found, Homeworks Energy, there was like, oh, you start off at $14, but there's room for improvement. And
Sure.
I didn't have that with acceptance now. So
Okay.
when they told me I had room for improvement, and like that was my main thing. I was like, I should be able to move up.
Yeah.
And within the first 2 weeks, they promoted me to a tech.
Okay.
So once you become a tech, you start making a percentage instead of making hourly.
Sure.
So, and then after 2 weeks after that, they made me a tech too. Within 3 months, they gave me my own truck. I was running my own job sites.
Okay.
And like me, I'm quick. If you show me how to do something, I'm gonna learn it.
Okay.
Because I have the will to learn. I don't sit there and be like, people just like going with the motion. I want to learn.
Yeah.
Because if I learn, that means I can make it easier for myself.
Yeah.
Some people I'm just going with the motion. I don't want to be that person. So I learned that. Then I've been doing it for a little bit over 4 years. I mean, obviously, so when I broke my leg, I fell off a roof.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, snapped my whole leg over here.
Jeez.
And I had to get surgery. Got plates in my legs. I got some screws, and they had to put my tendons together because my tendons snapped. So now
Sure.
I have like some type of material holding it together. I don't know. The doctor said it's working.
Are you a little bit scared of heights because of that now?
Oh, I've always been scared of heights.
Okay.
Believe it or not, two fears that people are naturally have are loud noise and heights. Everything else is.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
It's like something triggered that. So
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
other fears people something that happened when you was a kid
Sure.
that triggered those fears.
Okay.
But yeah, I hate heights.
How'd you end up on a roof?
So I have to be on the roof. I have to do roof ventilation.
Okay,
so
got
if,
you.
So for example, if there's a bathroom with a fan in it and it's not venting out properly, it's just venting into the attic, I have to go on the roof depending on how I'm venting it. I climb on the roof. Some roofs, I'm using a 32-foot ladder. Sometimes I have to use a 40-foot ladder. But we climb on the roof. We got to put the roof vents. We got to vent out the back vents. We do all types of stuff on the roof. So that's how I was climbing on the roof. And I just set up everything. I grabbed my bag of tools. As I'm putting the bag of tools up, the ladder just happened to, the concrete was not concrete. The pavement of the driveway was wet. So the ladder just randomly just slipped. And the thing is, I was up and down that ladder multiple times that day. And then that one time I go up, I put my bag up, the ladder, as soon as I was about to step off the ladder came and I went down with the ladder.
Okay.
So my foot, I would have been fine if I landed on top of the ladder. I would have been hurting.
Yeah.
But my foot went in between the rung of the ladder.
No.
So it sandwiched my leg between the concrete.
Wow.
And it just cracked. And then the only thing I was more concerned about is I damaged the lady's gutter.
Okay.
And I'm on the floor. She's screaming. I'm just laying there.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, oh my God. I was like, no. So she's like, no, it's okay. I was like, I'm so sorry about your gutter.
Yeah, you're over here with a broken leg and you're apologizing.
Exactly. So I felt so bad. And she actually, afterwards, after she checked up on me, she got my number from my company. She's like, I just wanted to check up on him. She texted me. She sent me a voice message.
Wow.
She's like, I'm so sorry that this happened to you because you was trying to work from my house. I was like, no, it's my carelessness.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
Yeah.
And then I told her, I did my surgery and everything was good. It took them a minute to do the surgery because when I got hurt in Stoughton.
Okay.
So I went to the hospital there.
Yeah.
And then because they didn't know it was a workers' comp issue, there was mixed. When it comes to hospital, if they're not getting paid,
exactly,
you're not getting treated.
Yeah.
Which is terrible. So I was sitting there for 6-7 hours with my foot just like this.
Oh my goodness.
And my bone's broken.
Yeah.
And then they finally came and it's like, oh, we're gonna snap the foot back together so we can do X-rays. Did that. They sent me home. They just wrapped it up. I had a broken foot for 2 weeks sitting at home.
Oh my goodness.
No surgery. They finally did my surgery, and then it's been a little bit over a year now since my surgery. So now my leg is not 100%.
Okay.
But I can run. I can do everything I've been doing before.
And so you were just walking us through how you've had several jobs, working at Price Right or security. You like to work.
Yeah.
So the job that you're doing right now, in all these jobs, I mean, it's not like you enjoy all of them or it's your dream, but I mean, you're down to work and be disciplined and make a living for yourself. You're very determined in that sense. Do you enjoy what you're doing right now, or is it just another job to pay the bills?
So I wouldn't say because I can go find another job that would be a lot easier. Because trust me, this job takes a toll on your body.
Sure.
We're crawling through tight spaces. You're going on roofs. We work outside. So there was a time when I was doing work and it was I think it was 10 degrees outside.
Yikes. And
people are oh, it's not that bad. It is if you're out there for 2-3 hours.
Yes, yeah.
I can go in the truck and warm up, but that's only going to do so much.
You still got to go back out.
Yeah, exactly. And my job is based on, I can get done however fast I get. I'm not doing a regular 9 to 5. If I get the job, if I finish a job in 3 hours, then I'm done in 3 hours. If it takes me 4 hours, then I'm done in 4 hours.
Yeah.
So I try to work fast but efficient.
Yeah, makes sense.
But it's not a job. The reason why I started the whole real estate thing, because I was like, okay, real estate is something I can do that helps people. And on top of that, it's not something that's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
So the working with installation, it helps people because I'm helping them with
their
savings
house.
and all that. But I also do I do solar. I do everything that helps me help others, but at the same time that's gonna help me. So I can do a job, no problem. I don't have no problem doing any job. If I have to, I'll do the job.
Sure.
I can go find a 9 to 5 and pay my bills the way I want to pay my bills.
Yeah.
But I rather work hard now that I'm young, and then make the money that I can make now. That way I can retire and live the life. I like to enjoy myself. I like to go out and
so
vacations.
I want to ask you about that. So what do you do right now that you enjoy the most?
I started golfing.
You started golfing? Okay,
Yeah.
really?
I never thought I was gonna be able to do golfing.
Why is that?
It was just never a sport for me.
Yeah, sure.
I'm a left-handed person, so a lot of sports, I'm I'm not gonna be good at it because I'm a lefty. So
why would you think that?
I don't know. It was just a thing with me. I was
Sure.
always and Come to find out, I go to Dick's to go buy some golf club. They don't have left-handed ones there.
Weird.
You gotta order them.
Wow. Okay.
See, my fear.
Yeah.
But no, I got into golfing. I actually enjoy it. I like to go on vacations. Like if I can take little trips, I'll take little trips. And then especially like if I've been working hard, like usually like if I close a deal, I'm gonna treat myself. I was supposed to treat myself for the last deal I just did, so I was like, I gotta find something. But yeah, typically it's like little vacations. I like to eat food, so if I can go try new spots, I'll go try new spots.
Okay, nice. So you do know how to have fun. It's not just working all the time.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I feel like if you put in all the work, you gotta enjoy it, because then what's the point?
Yeah.
That's why I can make all the money I want, but like if I die, I can't take it with me. So I'm not working just to work. I'm working so I can enjoy myself, help people, and then give back to whoever I can.
Sure. And so when you are in the military, you say that you go to school. So what convinced you after not liking school, after going to the military because you didn't want to go to college, what made you end up getting your associates?
So it was a sergeant of mine. So Sergeant Salinas, I'm still cool with the guy.
Okay.
So he was doing school while he was in.
Sure.
He was like, because a lot of times we would have a lot of downtime. And he said, you can, because while you're in, you qualify for tuition assistance.
Yeah.
Which you don't have to pay back. And that's pretty much, you're getting free college. So he's like, just, start anything. I was like, I don't know what I want to do. He's like, just pick anything. So I picked, military studies. And I did my associates on it. And it was just, I had the opportunity to, it's like, you can do it online. You don't have to be in person.
Sure.
And it's like, and in the military also, to get promoted, they look at what you're doing overall.
Sure.
It's not just like, you're just gonna be there, and soak up, time, and then that's how you get your rank. They go based off, physical tests, your rifle qualifications, and like what you're doing outside. Like if you did volunteering, and if you're doing any extracurricular, like if you're reading books and you're writing book reports, if you're going to school, if you're getting college credit, every little thing that can help you stand out. Yeah. Because if you're going, it's called the meritorious promotion. That means your higher ups are choosing you. So even though you're not up for promotion, they're like, I want you to go get promoted. So they set you up with a board. They go over all your scores. They see what you've been doing. If they look like in the military, I got my black belt.
Okay.
So I ended up doing
black belt in what?
Mixed martial arts.
Oh, sure.
So we ended up doing a lot of that stuff. Like at first I was like, I'm not gonna do it. Because, you get your belt and then it's like, you have to keep doing more extra work. I was like, I'm just going to stick to, I think I was my green belt. And I was like, no, because it's different. But it's like, I think it starts off like tan, brown, 10 green, whatever the structure is. So they told me, it's like, but if you do that, if it shows that you're taking initiative to be a better Marine, then you get promoted faster. So I was like, okay, cool. Me, again, I'm always looking for improvement. If I can't improve, then I'm not going to stay.
Sure.
So when they told me that, I was like, okay, cool. I'll go do college. I get my associates. I ended up doing my my training. Got my belts, and I made sure to stay in shape, because you don't have, once you're in, if you're doing the bare minimum, you can always do the bare minimum and be fine. Yeah. But you're not going to be a successful person.
You're not going to stand out.
Exactly. If you want to stand out in anything, you have to do above. Because most people are like, I'm just going to do bare minimum. Like, cool, that's fine. Like, I'm not judging nobody.
You can get by.
Yeah, you can get by, but like, what does that say about your character? Like, if you're just going to get by through the entire life, then you can't sit there and complain. So I did the school because it was going to help me be a better Marine at the time.
And so, do you have kids?
I have a stepdaughter.
Okay, sure. Yeah. And so for her, for any future kids, or just for kids in general, okay, maybe outside of the military, would you recommend kids go to college? Or do you think it can be a scam? Like, what are your views of college outside of the military? Because it made sense for you to go in, but for regular civilians, would you recommend college?
So college is not for everybody.
Sure.
So after I got out, I have some credit. Like I started at UMass Dartmouth I went for my business administration. Didn't like that. I was like, this is too much numbers. So then I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do marketing. So I started doing marketing. Okay. I did until COVID happened, because I was doing it in person, and then COVID happened, and they switched to a hybrid thing. Yeah. I was like, it's cool, but then I stopped halfway. I think I only had a year left to get my bachelor's. Yeah. But school wasn't for me, and I didn't really need it. And I thought about doing the marketing because it's like, okay, cool. I can tie it in with real estate.
Yeah,
It can help
absolutely.
me promote myself.
Yeah.
But still, if it's for everybody, then it would work. But you see how many people go to college and then they don't do anything with their degrees. I know a lot of people. They're in debt with college, and for what?
Yeah.
I don't have any school debt because it's paid for.
Yeah, yeah.
But even right now, like, so when you a veteran and you qualify for the GI Bill, whatever bill you're using, you get paid to go to school.
Yeah.
So like if you want to, you don't have to work. Like based on like the area code of where your school is, you get a certain pay for that month. And then they also pay for your books, they pay for the classes, they'll buy you laptops, like whatever you need. So if somebody wants to go into them, if their college is their main, priority, I suggest, go to the military. I think most colleges are free now, no?
At least in Massachusetts, community colleges, and maybe like there are a couple other ones. But at least if you're under 26, or maybe if you're over, if you're over 26 and you go to a community college, then it's free. Yeah.
Okay, so it's what, just up to like a bachelor's?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
So I mean, if it's free, why not take the chance?
Yeah.
Like if you have nothing going on, if you don't know what you're gonna be doing, and even if you do it during the night or something, or like you can work a job where you can still go to school. You can do more than 2 things at once.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
that's what people don't understand. Like people just get so fixated. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna work. Okay, you can do that.
How are you gonna level up though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like me, like I was doing my bachelor's while I was working 2 jobs because I was doing the financing thing and I was working at the security for the Port of New Bedford, and I was like, if I can do that and I'm not struggling with it, then people who just do one thing can definitely do it.
Yeah.
But I don't think college is for everybody. Like if I'm gonna make sure that if she wants to go to college, that she has that chance to go to college. But I'm not gonna be like, you have to go to college, because I don't believe solely in like you have to go to college, because some people can be I know plenty of people who are successful that drop out of middle school.
Yeah, sure.
So if you to say that you need a degree to be, no. And nowadays, a lot of the stuff you can learn on social media, internet. I hate TikTok. I don't do TikTok.
Sure.
I would never do TikTok. Every kid's like, oh, get on TikTok. That's what everybody's doing. I'm not doing TikTok.
Why not?
I don't understand. To me, TikTok is like, if you see people, they just sitting there scrolling. I don't even like scrolling on Instagram. I don't like scrolling on Facebook. I do that because I'm trying to see what's trending as far as like what people are doing. And then sometimes people like they share, oh, I'm looking for a property. Cool, I know somebody. But I don't do TikTok because like people be sending me like TikTok videos on like whenever they send me on Messenger or text message, like, oh, go watch this video. I was like, I don't have TikTok, I can't open it. Before you could watch it, but TikTok now they try to get you to download the app. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So they say TikTok is like what people are using to kind of like influence other people, and it's helpful, but also a lot like any social media, like there's so many of them out there right now that's just providing a bunch of like useless information. And I just personally, I don't care for it. Like, if you want to be on TikTok, that's fine, but don't get mad at me because I don't have TikTok.
So when it comes to marketing yourself for real estate, you brought up that in-person like recommendations and referrals are maybe the most effective way. Do you think that you can still be a successful real estate agent without being on social media, or do you have to do both? Talk about connecting people in person, but also on social media, or can you do it without social media?
I'm sure you can. I mean, they've done it before.
Sure, yeah.
Social media hasn't always been there.
But I guess in 2025.
In 2025, the reason why is because it's not that it can't be done without social media. It's just that's what your audience is now. You're going where the audience is.
Sure.
If you wanted to just advertise to people who watch TV, like that's what I learned in marketing.
Okay.
I guess I got something out of that class. We did a test where like if this age group watches television and that's your age group that you're targeting, cool, then you don't need social media because they're not going to be on. If you know your audience, then you're not going to be on that platform because the 50-year-olds and up are not going to be on Instagram or TikTok. Some of them are, but if they're not, and that's your target audience, you want to sell to people who are downsizing, or you want to sell people who they're trying to move somewhere else for like a retirement. Then you can do that without social media. But like if you know that like you're targeting the audience who are up and coming, like kids that just graduated, people just got married. Most of those people are going to be younger folks. So then social media is going to be the platform you want to be on. Networking, same thing. If you go into networking events, a lot of younger people don't go to networking events. It's mainly,
Yeah.
25 and up.
Yeah.
Anything under 25, I typically don't see people those age. You see them on social media.
Yep.
So in order for you to be able to get to them, you're gonna have to use social media. That's why I've been trying to like learn. So, like I don't like social media because it's too much effort to me.
It's
and
a lot.
to the point I was like, dude, and I'd be struggling. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna make content for the day. And every time I go to a showing, and I have this mentor of mine, Ray, great guy. His guy is blowing up on social media. They call him the social media king.
Okay.
So he'll make he's posting content every day. He's like, bro, you gotta post content. My brother posts content every
Yeah,
day,
he does,
and
yeah.
he's doing great with it.
Yeah.
He's getting the views, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know it's working. So, but the thing is, I'm not doing it because it's just like not my thing. I'm learning to be better with it, but social media is definitely key now because it's before it was newspapers
Yeah.
and advertisements on TV, but like most people nowadays, they pay for the extra, money so that way they get the Netflix without the Netflix now has advertisement.
Yeah.
So Hulu, if you want the other Hulu without the advertisement, you got to pay extra. But like
Yeah.
people want to skip those ads because it's all convenient, and people want. That's why TikTok is a great thing because it's quick. People are like, oh, I scrolled up, bang, I got the information right there. Where now you got to wait for this 30-second commercial,
Yeah.
and nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
So I think you can do it without social media if you're targeting a certain audience. But if you want to have the most effect, like I try to like anytime I close on a deal, anytime I like my offers get accepted, I post it. I try to post it at least because it's gonna show my audience, I'm in real estate, and what is it called? When you're trying to make people aware of your brand,
Sure.
brand awareness.
Yeah, sure.
So I go by Sold by Elvis. So
Okay.
I try to, brand that, and I want to keep branding that, and I also want to associate with Homes for Heroes, because that way people can see that, and then people are like, oh, okay, maybe they'll do a little bit of research, or they'll ask me the question. It engages people, and that's the thing that social media is a great tool, but it's also like, it's a crappy thing to have because people just get so fixated on. I'm not gonna get into the whole thing that people get fixated on social media, the whole, persona, and then people getting all, butthurt about what's being said. So,
Sure.
if you go on social media, it's like, oh, you should vote. Somebody might say, oh, why are you voting? They're gonna get mad at you.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
has an opinion. And at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's allowed people to have too much, of a say on what you're doing. Like, they have no idea who you are, but they're gonna sit there and bash you on something.
So when it comes to being a realtor and selling houses, does that mean you have to know a lot about the housing market in general, or do you really just have to know how to sell the house and have conversations with people?
You definitely gotta know the market.
Okay.
So, in order for you to be like the most successful person, like you gotta have a lot of tools in your your toolbox. You don't want to go into a meeting and not have the paperwork or your market analysis, whatever it is, whatever meeting you go into.
Yeah.
You want to be prepared. So if my client is asking me, like last week, and we went to a couple of houses, and I already knew the houses that they were marked, fairly good. And I told them, I was like, if you go into this with the expectation of getting at the asking price, just know they priced it like that for a reason. Because I know a house like this with less sold for more.
Okay.
So if you want to lowball them, you're not gonna get it. And I try to, and I'm transparent with like people. Like I'm not gonna sit there and sugarcoat it. Be like, oh no, yes. I'm not like I don't make money until you close on the deal.
Yeah, sure.
So all the driving around, people are like, oh, you real estate agents make too much. No, we don't. We get paid for our effort and time. Like we doing a lot. Like there's a lot of things that people don't understand that real estate agents have to do.
Sure.
And you have to know the market, because if you don't know the market, then how are you going to be able to advise them on, if you're doing a listing, if they want to list their house, be like, okay, you want to overprice it. What's going to do is you're going to have the house on the market for too long now.
Sure.
And that's going to create people panicking, like, oh, what's wrong with this house? Why has it been on the market for? Well, it's because overpriced. And then if you price it fair, you get more options because now more people are coming to see the property.
And so, from someone who doesn't know much about real estate, but a lot of people are curious about this, when it comes to how expensive rent is right now, is that just the way it is, or a lot of people are upset maybe to the landlords or just to the housing market, because a regular apartment is going for like 1,800 or 2,000. Should they be upset at the landlords? Is there anything the landlords can do about that? Or is that just how the housing market is at this point?
So I seen an article that I think the governors, they're trying to impose a new rent lock. So like
Okay. Yeah, rent control kind of thing.
yeah, so they're trying to do like a new rent control where it's gonna go based off the inflation, and then I think it's like a cap of like 5%. So like if inflation is going up by 3%, the rent shouldn't go more than 3%. But the cap is if it goes inflation goes up to 8%, you're only gonna go up 5% because that's gonna be the cap. It's 5%.
So does that mean it's going to go lower, or that's just going to stop it from going higher faster?
I think it's just going to stop it from like people abusing. So
Yeah, I get what you mean.
obviously there are slumlords. Let's be honest. There are a lot of landlords who they don't even have a mortgage anymore, but because they try to use that property tax. I know my property taxes. Property taxes, yeah, I get it. Everybody hates taxes. Let's be honest. But if you're trying to use that as an excuse to raise the rent like a lot because you just feel like, that's what everybody's doing. And mainly, so the reason why there's a lot of like crazy rents right now is because of interest rate.
Okay.
People don't understand that. It's like, you didn't buy a property, but that person, your landlord, bought the property. Guess what? He has a high interest rate, and he has to make that mortgage payment. In order for him to make that mortgage payment, he has to raise your rent.
Yeah.
Because then he's going to be coming out of pocket. There are some, I sold a buddy of mine a 3-family. The lady, the sweet lady, and she wasn't charging. She didn't owe anything on the house.
Sure.
And she kept the same rent for everybody. And this is like way on the market value.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she lived on first floor. Second floor, she was only charging them $600 for a 3-bedroom.
Wow.
Her third floor was only paying $400.
Wow.
For a 2-bedroom. She's
Oh
like,
my goodness.
I don't need it, But the thing about that is like she wasn't making enough. Like she was actually not making profit.
Yeah.
Because you still have expenses. You still have to maintain the property if you want to have something to be able to live in profit. So a lot of people think it's like, some landlords are doing their best, but the reason why the rents are crazy is because the interest rate.
The interest rates, yeah.
They have to make their payments. So these people are, at the end of the day, a property to them is an investment.
Yeah.
They're not there to be like, I need you to have a house, a roof over your head. No, they're there to make their money because they have families they got to take care of. So if the property, needs to be paid off, guess who? Unfortunately, it's the people that's renting that's going to have to pay.
Sure.
So.
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. Okay. And thank you for just being honest and blunt. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely the Marine coming out of you, for sure. And so we have just 1 minute left. Okay, so you mentioned before about people's attitudes towards New Bedford can be kind of negative at times. What's one thing that you could tell the people watching to help them improve their attitude and make them feel more positive towards New Bedford?
Start trying to fix what you're complaining about.
Simple. Okay.
Yeah, if you complain about trashing around the floors and the over bins, stop throwing trash on the floor. It'll be the same people complaining about the things that's doing the problems.
Sure.
So yeah, that's how you fix it. Just whatever you're complaining about, see how you can fix it.
Yes.
If there's an issue, see how you can fix it.
Try to be a part of the solution instead of complaining, be a part of the problem.
Exactly.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So everyone, this has been Elvis Delgado. He is a veteran. He is a real estate agent. He does a lot, clearly. And so definitely find him on social media if you need to do your closing or you want to learn more about the Homes for Heroes. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. And stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks so much. Elvis, thanks.